Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a bonus read, Scorpio. So this week I decided to pick the top 4 signs of the highest contributions of clicks and views to my videos over 2025. And you, my friend Scorpio, came in second on that list. Second overall of 2025. Thank you so much for the ways that you loved me in 2025. And that's viewership. So this Scorpio tribe has grown so much, so exponentially, and I'm grateful that all of you are here. So I'm here to do a bonus read for you. And let's find out what is going on for you, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Scorpio, did you pick a word for New Year's? I don't like New Year's resolutions, and maybe you do, but I don't. And so I always encourage y'all to pick a word, one word that is going to follow you around all year. Something that is going to push you forward into the best self. Pick a word, let me know what it is in the comments, Scorpio. Let's find out what's going on for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is going to be a read for whenever. Like this could be through 2026. Just sort of giving you a bonus read, giving you a little bit of a heads up, let you know what might be coming up. It is still a general reading. It may not resonate for some of you, and because it's future energy, it probably won't resonate with a lot of people. You may have to come back and watch it. Some of it could resonate right now. So happy New Year, friends. Thank you for all the ways you've loved me over 2025. Let's get to it. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Four of Swords. You are healing from some type of betrayal, is what it looks like. Feels like there was something that really hurt you in 2025, and between January and December. I don't know when it was, but it feels like it could have been a betrayal or something that came to an end, a painful end. I feel like you're in healing. I feel like you're doing a pretty good job healing, and I feel like you might be peeked in on by your ancestors too. That's what it feels like. I feel like you have help from the other realm helping with your healing. Oh, isn't that lovely? Temperance shows up. So temperance is balance. It is love. It is healing, but it's also a moment of alchemy, right? It's where everything is a moment where everything is perfect. I feel like this is coming up for you. Maybe you're in that place right now, but it feels like you're coming to this place in your life where you're like, yeah, that feels good. The bills are paid. I've got enough food. Mortgage is done. It feels like everything in your 3D world is coming together. But I also feel like you're healing from some sort of emotional or mental betrayal. This could be betrayal of the self, but it feels like it could be a betrayal from someone else as well. I feel like you're getting clarity of the mind. I feel like this healing brings clarity of the mind, brings stability of the mind, and it brings some sort of emotional or mental healing for you. Tell me why the Ten of Swords is here with the Four of Swords. Feels like you move from this Ten of Swords in the past to the present moment, which is the Four of Swords, which is the healing place. We've got the Sun. Oh, I love it. Yeah. You know what it is? I feel like you, my friend, have come to the realization that you just could not hold it together anymore. I feel like somebody here was betrayed or something did come to a painful end. It could have been the year, but it feels like it has to do with, it could have to do with anything. Maybe a job, maybe a person, maybe a relationship or a friendship, maybe a member of the family. But I think that the Sun is here to give you a realization and give you the bird's eye view of what happened here. It feels as though within your healing, Scorpio, which might be coming up, maybe you're not healed from this yet, and it's okay if you're not. Healing takes time. It feels as though there is a realization or a breakthrough that comes for you here that actually levels you out in terms of your healing and a little bit of happiness. And the happiness starts to break through the clouds when you begin to understand why people do the things that they do. It's not that you can stop them from doing it, right? You can't. You can't stop them from doing it, but I feel like you come to a place of emotional intelligence where you realize the reason why people do the things that they do. And you start to not forget, but possibly realize that they just didn't have any other way that they knew how to act. Is what it feels like. That's what this Sun breakthrough is. It feels like you just couldn't hold it together anymore, though. So it feels like you couldn't hold the relationship together anymore. You couldn't hold the friendship together anymore. And in a moment of alchemy, you decided my healing is more important than holding a grudge, I think is what it is here. The Tower tells me that something shifts into a healing place for you. And see, the Tower's not always bad, right? Because the Tower doesn't stand on its own. It's always taking energy from the cards that are around it. And the cards that are around it are healing and moments of alchemy where we feel balanced. And this is a place where we finally land on where the healing comes from. And am I going to heal or am I going to hold a grudge? But I feel like you held all of this together as long as you could. You held together the relationship, the job, whatever it was that fell apart on you. And I feel like you decided to let go, let it fall apart so you could begin the healing. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, I feel like you're committed now to some sort of stability, slowing things down, looking at things with clarity, figuring out why things happened the way they did. It feels like the sun is here. Everything begins to grow again, is what it feels like. So you're in a growing season here. We do have a very emotional full moon coming up tomorrow, and that's a full moon in Cancer. So that might have something to do with it. Maybe you're healing emotionally. We do have the Emperor energy. So it feels like you decided that the only way that you could deal with this situation, or the only way you will deal with this situation, for those of you who hasn't happened to yet, is with the Emperor energy. And that is, I need to just keep it together. I need to keep it together for myself. I need to figure out how I'm going to rule my empire. Am I going to rule it in bitterness because of someone that I refuse to see the light about? Or am I going to move forward here and just let things fall apart and then heal from the rubble? It feels like you are, with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, it feels like you're no longer in danger of falling over. Because the Two of Pentacles in the upright is a bit of a wobble. It's like I'm wobbling, I'm on new legs or learning how to ride the bike. And the Two of Pentacles in the reverse for me tells me I know what I'm doing now. I'm in unstable ground. So it does feel like that there is something going on here that you're going to allow to fall apart, because you've come to the realization that there was nothing you could do to keep it together. No matter how hard you tried to keep the tower from falling, it was inevitable that it was going to fall. Tell me about the Four of Swords. How are you healing yourself? Because I feel like that's what this is about. This is about the shift into, you know what? I can't hold it together anymore. I'm going to let it fall to the ground and I'm going to heal myself. Tell me about the Four of Swords for Scorpio. We've got the Eight of Cups. So I feel like what you're going to do is turn your back on the situation. You're going to detach from it emotionally and say, you know what? It is what it is. Look, I know you guys sometimes don't like when I use that phrase, it is what it is, but I learned that from a friend of mine maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and that person kept saying to me, it is what it is, Elsie. And I kept saying, what the hell does that mean, it is what it is? Because as a Taurus, I mean, put me in a round room and tell me there's no corner, and I'll build one and say, see, there's a corner. Like, I'm very defiant that way. That's a Taurus energy. And so I feel like instead of dealing with it in a defiant way, because you are Scorpio, you are a fixed sign, and you will also build the corner in the round room, I feel like you decided to just let it be what it is, and that's what it means. I've decided I'm no longer fighting against it. I'm no longer going to try and repair it. I'm not going to try and hold it together. I'm not going to try and fix anyone or anything. If they want to be in this energy for the rest of their life, let them do it, but I plan on healing myself. So I feel like you turn your back from it. You turn your back away from the situation, the person, the place, the thing, and you decide, I'm just going to disconnect emotionally, and I'm going to change. I'm going to transform, and I'm going to heal. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. We have the Fool. I really love that. Scorpio, I really love that for you. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you start to realize that the kingdom is nothing without a foundation. Without someone to rule who knows what they're doing. The King of Pentacles, right? Someone who is the provider, but also someone who knows their stuff, who knows the 3D, and who is ready to put in the hard work at any time, no matter what work I have to put in order to rise to the top. So I feel like with this Fool energy and the Eight of Cups, without this noise in your head, Scorpio, it feels like you're able now to move forward into healing. And what's healing? I feel what's healing is you come to the realization there's nothing I can do to hold it together. They made their decision and now they got to live with it, but I don't have to. I can move into my healing. I can move into the healing of my finances, of my 3D world. You know, the King of Pentacles is also someone who's known for maybe being a financial advisor, or someone who's really getting their finances together. Building the kingdom needs a firm foundation, and then you can build upon that. And so I feel like the Fool card here is telling me that you decide the leap of faith is going to be away from the past, away from the person who chose differently than you did. Not wrong, because I don't think that people ever choose wrong. They choose to the level in which they understand. They have an understanding, right? So I feel like you decide, I'm going to take a leap of faith, or I'm going to open the door to the new chapter, the new year. I'm going to open this door firm on my foundation, solid. I'm about to put in a bunch of work to build myself to the place where no one else can reach me. I feel like you probably dig deep and you take the hurt, possibly, that was caused here in this betrayal, or this painful ending, and I think you use it to build yourself up. I feel like this is alchemy, right? You become the alchemist, and that's why Temperance is here, because this is the moment of alchemy where you realize that healing is a better use of your time than being bitter and feeling pissed off about somebody who made a wrong choice back here. We've got the Nine of Cups. Look at that. It opens you up to alignment. I love that. It opens you up to alignment, to wish fulfillment, and to happiness. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've now just in turn changed your destiny, is what you've done. Is you have, oh, look at that, the Five of Pentacles. So you've changed your destiny from the Five of Pentacles, which was the place where you were feeling pissed off, feeling like you weren't enough. I feel like this, whatever this is here, this betrayal or this painful ending you had with somebody here, it feels like that you were feeling cast out, or feeling left out, or feeling like this person felt like you had no worth. And I think that in Temperance, when you decide that you're going to turn away from it, turn your back and detach from your emotions, you look at it in a very practical sense. And the practical sense tells me, maybe I was feeling left out. Maybe I was feeling discarded. But maybe that's not what this person did. They are living in the Ten of Swords and you are not. You're living in the healing place. So I feel like you go from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups, and it's because of the Wheel of Fortune. It's because you accept the change. The Wheel of Fortune is going to be here whether you want it to be or not. The Wheel of Fortune is inevitability, because it is major arcana. But how you deal with that, whether you react to it or respond or roll with it, is up to you. The Wheel of Fortune is, of course, destiny, and it is changes. So I feel like the change is very apparent here. You go from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups, and this is, I can build my happiness from within. I don't need your damn validation. I don't need that from you. Let's find out what went on here with the Ten of Swords, or what may go on here with the Ten of Swords, depending on if this is in the current moment or in the future for you. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. What's this? We've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. We've got the Five of Swords. Oh boy, it feels like you decided to be vulnerable with somebody finally, and they ripped your heart out. Is what they did. You can see that she's got a piece of the heart, this person's heart here. I feel like you didn't see it coming. Peeking around this rose here, that for this person, the Five of Swords is, I didn't see it coming. I didn't feel like we had such a difference of opinion that it would pull us apart like this. But the Nine of Wands in the reverse to me is, I came out from behind the fear wall and I showed my vulnerability, and someone attacked me on the soft white underbelly. It feels like somebody knew you well enough to use whatever they knew about you against you. That's what it feels like. It does feel like betrayal to me. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you didn't see it coming. It was hiding beneath the surface here. It feels like there was a concealment of how someone felt about something. It feels like this person might have been someone who was quite close to you, because at one point they might have been the sun. It feels like this person could have been a Leo. They could have been a Scorpio, another Scorpio possibly. Could be an Aries, or possibly a Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or a Leo. Could be an air sign. We've got lots of air over here, right? And it could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or that kind of energy. Somebody who hurt you or betrayed you with not an ounce of feeling. It's like they did it surgically. They cut you open surgically, is what it feels like. It was, they just cut you open and left you on the side of the road. That's what it feels like here. So Seven of Swords is telling me that you realized the lie or the betrayal, and it was that somebody completely had a different opposing view to you, and that they didn't say so. They kept it concealed from you. And then when you decided to finally become vulnerable, they took your vulnerability and they used it against you. Tell me about this Tower here. I think that you really, in this energy here, you really realized, I'm just not holding it together anymore. I am turning away from you. I'm turning away from all of this, and I'm going to heal myself this year. This year is going to be about focusing on me, and I'm not going to allow you to hurt me anymore. The Tower has the Two of Cups. This may be an emotionally deep connection. This could be somebody that you're connected to platonically or romantically, but it's a deep-seated relationship. So you've already shared your secrets. You've shared your emotions. It could be love. If it's love, I've told you how I feel about you. It's like somebody waited for you to expose the soft white underbelly. And what I mean about that is, when a dog or a cat flips on their back, that's their most vulnerable position, right? They waited until you were in some sort of an emotionally vulnerable position, because you'd be hard-pressed to wait for a Scorpio to bring their feelings to the surface. But when you do, you totally and completely trust. And so when the Two of Cups is here, it feels like the Tower is here. I couldn't hold it together anymore. This person used the vulnerability that I showed them. They used it on me. They used it against me. So the Tower hits the Two of Cups, and so it breaks everything apart here. It's somebody here that you were deeply emotionally bonded to. So this could be a family member as well. We do have the Devil energy, and we have the Ace of Cups. It does feel like it's something to do with love, whether it's platonic or romantic. It really feels like someone did you dirty. The Devil is here between the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Excuse me. The Devil being here, right? It was like spider to the fly. You can see here that she's got the spider webs around her here. And it's like you didn't see it coming. The spider puts up the web, and when the fly flies into the web, the fly doesn't realize that they can't get out. And so it was like a luring. It's like somebody lured you to a place where you would feel comfortable sharing your secrets, comfortable sharing yourself, and then they waited for your heart to open, and then somebody here with the Devil energy really hurt you in the place that was soft. Tell me about and you came to the realization that I got to stop this. I have to get on my feet. I've got to get my stability. I've got to heal myself. I've got to build myself back up again. Somebody here may have been depending on someone else financially and has realized I can't do that anymore. I now have to, and when I say dependent on someone financially, I mean maybe you were in a relationship where the agreement was you're going to be the one outside the home making the money outside the home, and I'm going to be the one who's doing the non-paid labor on the inside of the home with the children. It could be something like that. But it feels like here that you decide you must turn away and take another door. You must take a leap of faith here. Tell me what the Sun brought as a realization here. The realization, of course, the Two of Pentacles is connected here, and that is that I've got to find stable ground, even if it's just a little bit. Even if I have to move out and live really tight for a while, I have to do that. I'm going to do that. Tell me about this Sun. We've got the Magician. Yeah, creation, right? The Two of Swords is here. Yeah, that was a hard decision for you to make, I feel. We have the Hermit. It does feel like you go into this place of healing. So the Hermit energy is about self-preservation. Something goes terribly wrong, and we don't plan ever to go into Hermit energy. But when we do go into Hermit energy, it's because we must figure out what's going on inside of us. It's like this awakening. And I feel like you were in a hard part of your life, Scorpio. And now I feel like it's about to get better from here, because the realization of the breakthrough is here, that I can create anything that I want with the Magician. You've already got the resources and the tools, but I feel like you weren't using them because you thought you were in cooperation with somebody else who would never hurt you. It feels like this Two of Swords tells me you come to the realization that I've got to make a decision. I've got to make a decision to talk to myself, figure out what's going on, check in with me, find my light, go through this dark night of soul energy, and then I've got to create my own breakthrough, create my own happiness, create my own stability. So tell me what happens here. Tell me how, for those of you who have not left the situation or have not yet turned your back, I'm going to ask how you're able to get your footing again. This Two of Pentacles in the reverse tells me it could be somebody who's moving out or moving away and saying, I'm done here, I gotta go. And even if you move into, one of those little bachelor suites that have just one whole room, I don't know what it is, but it feels like the Two of Pentacles is something small. How can you get back on your feet here? We've got the Justice card, we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the King of Cups. Interesting. So it feels to me that there must be some sort of, something needs to be made right. And I have a feeling for some of you that might mean legal action, because justice has shown up here. Something must come into balance. For some of you, it's your emotions. You must first balance your emotions before you can balance your checkbook, before you can balance life. So instead of heading out there and trying to fight things with your emotions, which is probably what you want to do, but you're going to keep it under the surface. So even if you're overly emotional, I feel like the King of Cups showing up here is important, because you are the King of Cups. This is Scorpio energy, but we also have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups is the one who is, the kind, compassionate, I'll do what you want, anything that you need, tell me what you need. Someone who is empathic, I know what you need before you need it. And I feel like you go from being the Queen of Cups to moving into the King of Cups energy finally and saying, that's it. I'm not giving you any indication about what's happening on the surface. I feel like this Justice card is telling me that somebody here either needs to take legal action or needs to get themselves in a harmonious place. You need to pull it all together and get balanced emotionally before you're able to move out of where you are and make these decisions. For some of you, like I said, it could be legal action that needs to be taken. Tell me what the outcome is. What's coming up next? What is all of this? Tell me about Scorpio 2026. We've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the Three of Cups, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Look, there is going to be a time of celebration. And I feel like the worst part is over for you, Scorpio, if this is current, but coming up, I'm telling you, if this is coming up for you and you don't suspect it and you do get hit with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I just want you to know that the Ace of Swords is here saying you will think your way out of it. The Ace of Swords is realization. It is the aha moment, or the moment of clarity, when I realize what's going on here, and then I cut through the illusion. The illusion or the confusion, the emotional confusion. Remember I was saying down here that it's time for you to make sure that your emotions aren't all over the place, that when you're trying to fix something emotionally, it's just not as effective as if you try and fix it in swords, right? If you try and do it without the emotions in the way. And the King of Cups, understand, is not the King of Swords. The King of Cups is very emotional. They just don't show it on the surface. The King of Swords is different. They're very detached from their emotions, whereby the King of Cups is not. So I feel like you might have some friends or family or a soul tribe, somebody who can help you out, help you get through this hard time. But it does feel like eventually something's going to become clear to you, because this person is pointing at one star. A decision needs to be made. In the illusion and all of the illusion and the emotional overwhelm, a decision needs to be made, and it needs to be made clear. Some sort of clarity is coming through the illusion and is going to bring you some sort of happiness. Yeah, it does feel like with the Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles that you do have a soul tribe, or maybe a couple of besties, or somebody that you can really count on who's going to be able to help you in this time of need. I'm sorry if this has happened. I'm sorry if it's about to happen. Ten of Pentacles is here. Look, in the future, everything is good. Life is good. It all goes on the way it's supposed to. You get into your King of Pentacles energy because you decide that you're going to shut off the emotions, you're going to detach from them, and you're going to take the door that takes you to your abundance, to your stability, to your foundation. And that's going to be the foundation by which you move on for the next long while. The Three of Swords is here. You are going to carry this heartbreak with you for a while, but I feel like you are standing up for yourself. It feels like you're strong. I'm going to say you're really strong, and you're able to stand up for yourself, and you're going to be able to get what you want, my friend. It's just that this feels like a hiccup. And you know what? The truth of the matter is that this is what gives us wisdom. This is what gives us wisdom and turns us into the ones who have the wisdom. The King of Wands, the King of Cups, those are the ones that have the wisdom, right? Oh, interesting. The King and Queen of Wands are facing each other. King and Queen of Cups came up together as well. So I'm going to say, after much deliberation, it feels like somebody's decided, I can't carry on in this situation the way it is any longer, And now I just need to move on. This is a new day, a new year. The Fool is here. And the Fool is saying, take a leap into your abundance or your stability. You can build it from here. Even if it's slow, Two of Pentacles, you can build it from here. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you so much for all the beautiful kindness you showed me in 2025, and Happy New Year, my friends. I'm going to go. Bye-bye.